if you guys sack her, she's going to join the Nigerian police or she's going to join LASMA. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Austin Betha. If today is your first time on my channel, you are definitely welcome, and if today isn't your first time, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. Guys, I woke up this morning to a very disturbing news. Okay, so I'm one of those people that when I wake up, I go on BigBNAIJA and I want to see what is happening. And the first thing that caught my attention this morning was Khafi being on BigBNAIJA, and I'm like, yo, what has this girl done? And I went through the news and it's almost saying that the UK police are upset with Khafi for having sex on national TV. And I'm like, that couldn't have been the case, because first of all, Khafi is 29. She can decide to do whatever she wants. Guys, look, there's something called chasing your dreams, and that's probably what Khafi is doing. We might argue that she's not representing herself well enough on national TV because of her sex escapades, but then again, we have no control over her or whatever she decides to do with her body. Even if we argue from now to tomorrow, Khafi can't hear us. We're not in Biggie's house, and there's really no way she would know whatever it is that's going on outside of the house. So it's either we keep beating ourselves up or we just hope that she figures things out and goes back on track. But then again, let me bust your bubbles really quickly. There's something called public relations, okay? And the only kind of news that sells really fast is controversial news. And this is controversy at its peak. So regardless of what we say, this is not totally going to end up badly for Khafi. As much as this kind of controversy comes with a lot of backlash and all that, there are still some brands that will stand up for Khafi and say, look, we died there. Whether you guys like her or not, we're going to use her for our ads, we're going to use her to push our products, we're going to use her for this, we're going to use her for that. And the truth is, you can't argue, because you also need to know that your moral values are not the same with my moral values. What you deem wrong might be right in my own eye, and that's the same way it's going to work out with brands. So regardless of what we say, Khafi is made. It all boils down to how well she uses the platforms that she would get when she comes out of the house. Let's take a look at Nina, for instance. Last year, there was a lot of backlash. Oh, Nina was having sex in the house. In fact, Nina had sex 3 days after they got into the house with Miracle. And there was a lot of argument about Nina's personality, like, oh, the girl is too loose, she's a dog, she's this, she's that. But what happened after Nina came out of the house? A lot of brands still went with Nina. Look, guys, it is what it is. Regardless of what we like to say about Khafi, or Khafi is loose, or they are going to sack her, one way closes, another one opens. And who says Khafi even wants to go back to the job anyways? Because for me, that move of her leaving, regardless of her bosses refusing to grant permission, is as good as saying, I'm done with this job, okay? So let her live her best life. Khafi may be so many things that I do not like in that house, but one thing is sure, Khafi has a good heart, and I'm pretty sure that people can see that part of her as well. And I just feel like this whole news of Khafi being in the front cover of the Sun newspaper in UK is just a lame move, because if you ask me, you guys already knew that she was probably not going to come back. So this is just a way to make you look like, oh, we fired you. She already said it few days after they got into the house. Like someone said on Insta blog, if you guys sack her, she's going to join the Nigerian police, or she's just going to join the VIO, or she's going to join LASMA. Everything is a uniform job, so we can't kill ourselves, okay? But that's on a lighter note. I just feel like we need to take a chill pill sometimes and not be too quick to judge people, because you really don't know why they do the things that they do. As much as you think that you know them, you do not. You only see what they show you. And it seems like it's not only Khafi that's even getting judged. Of course, Khafi's judgment was outside the house, but a lot of housemates got judged last night by Biggie. It feels like they've just been taking him for granted because he has been so lenient with them. They've done so many things over and over again, and he has just always overlooked them. But last night was the day of judgment. Biggie called the housemates into the lounge last night and, you know, started replaying the clips for them so that they can see where they've messed up. The first video that Biggie played was the video of Messi and Gidoni. You know, Messi had an outburst with Gidoni at the party, which led her to smashing Biggie's phone. And although she apologized to Biggie countless times in her diary session, Biggie never said a word to her up until yesterday. Biggie told her that if she repeated something like that again, she was probably going to get disqualified. Tasha also got warned by Biggie, because that same night that Messi had an outburst with Gidoni, Tasha also had an outburst with Mike. You know, we remember in the closet she was throwing toilet rolls at Mike. She kept on telling Mike to shut up and to fuck off countless times. So he warned Tasha never to repeat such acts. The second video Biggie played for them was the Ike and Seyi saga. Guys, remember that night I told you that Mercy and Seyi had an outburst in the kitchen because of food. Mercy then went outside and told Ike what happened in the kitchen and everything, and Ike got so furious with Seyi and started shouting at Seyi. Guys, that night it was so dramatic because if they had given Ike the chance, this guy would probably have broken a bottle on Sheyi's head. And this whole drama has cost him another strike, making 2 strikes for Ike. If he gets the last strike from Biggie, he will be disqualified from the game. And I'm just really scared for Ike right now because he doesn't really know how to manage his emotions, especially when he's angry. He just goes all out trying to make his point, regardless of whether it's going to get him a strike or get him disqualified. So right now I feel like Mercy needs to do a lot of work on Ike. Like, she needs to tie him down, you know. She needs to use power to tie this guy down, otherwise this guy will be disqualified before you know it. And I'm just really scared for him. I hope that he has learned his lesson, and I hope that he takes heed to Biggie's advice. The last video that was played for them was between Joe and Tacha. Biggie truly sees everything, because that day I was so upset with Joe. We all know that Tacha is a drama queen, but Tacha never goes out of her way to look for another person's trouble. It's only when you come into her territory then she will show you that she's Tacha. And that's what Joe did. Joe was provoking her intentionally. Like, he kept on saying things that would make her go mad and, you know, just have an outburst. Tacha told him that he was very stupid, and he was like, sorry, what did you say? And she repeated it, you are very stupid. And he was like, louder, you are very stupid. Again, you are very stupid. What? You are stupid. How stupid? You are very stupid. And it was so dramatic. And that day I was just laughing. I was just like, why is Joe doing this? He actually knows that Tacha doesn't have any strike, and he wants to make sure that she gets a strike. And he won, okay, because Biggie gave both Joe and Tacha strikes. So Joe got a strike for provoking Tacha intentionally, while Tacha got a strike for not only being really abusive and, you know, just really aggressive, but she also hit Joe's hand with the duvet. And guys, I need to say this here. I feel like Joe did too much with the whole duvet thing, because first of all, Tacha was sitting on a different couch, you know, and then Joe left his own seat and went to sit on the same couch that Tacha was on. I kept on saying things that would get her more angry, and, you know, he didn't stop there. He actually went as far as trying to drag the duvet that she used to cover herself. And Tacha was like, you dey mad? Why you go collect the duvet wey Tacha hold? For what? What kind of rubbish is that? And he kept on dragging it, and that was the time when she hit Joe on the hand. And after everything, guys, Joe was like, Tacha, I'm sorry for provoking you. And Tacha's response was, fuck off. Like, straight answer. Moving on to the HOH challenge, guys, can I just say that luck has been shining on Seyi lately, because Seyi was the head of house for last week, and the guy won the head of house challenge again for this week, making it 2 times in a row that Seyi will be the head of house. And you guys remember that last week he made Tacha his roommate. So when Biggie asked him to choose a roommate this time around, he was like, Tacha, are you game? And Tacha declined, and that got people really talking, because they were like, what is wrong with Tacha? 1 minute it looks like you like Seyi, the next minute you're acting strange. Now let's talk about the first nomination challenge ever. I told you guys in one of my videos that Biggie has banned the whole idea of housemates going into the diary room to put up other housemates for possible eviction. This time around, the housemates have been split into the green team and the red team, and Biggie told us that there will be nomination challenges as opposed to diary sessions where the housemates would go in and nominate another housemate or 2. Right, so yesterday they had the first nomination challenge ever. They had 2 tasks to carry out. The first task was the balloon challenge, while the second task was the shoelace challenge. Biggie instructed the housemates to pick 3 people from each team that will represent them both in the shoelace and the balloon challenge. And for the red team, they chose Sadi for the shoelace challenge, and they chose Cindy and Omashola for the balloon challenge, while the green team chose Jackie and Joe for the balloon challenge and Mike for the shoelace challenge. After the balloon challenge, the red team had 9 points, while the green team had 7 points. While for the shoelace challenge, the red team had 6 points and the green team had 7 points, making it a tie. After which they had a rerun, and at the end of the day, the green team had more points, leaving the whole of red team up for eviction. Now, Diane, being the winner of the veto power challenge, had the right to do a save and replace. She saved Sadi from the red team and replaced him with Joe. So we have all the red team housemates aside from Sadi up for eviction, as well as Joe from the green team, who was initially saved but was replaced with Sadi. And for crying out loud, guys, Omashola pissed me off last night. Like, I felt like killing this guy. So you guys know how much Sadi does not like to make mistakes when he's doing something, but somehow he couldn't meet up with the whole task and everything, because guess what, guys, there was a lot of pressure on him, and he did his best. To be fair, Sadi did his best. But then after they got into the house and the red team were trying to console themselves and everything, they were in a room talking to themselves, and some were like, oh Sadi, you tried your best, you don't have to beat yourself up for everything. That was the time when Omashola knew that he had something to say. And like he always says, this is bound to put him in trouble. He just came and said, look Sadi, you fuck up. You fuck up. That time when they tell you, may you tie the shoelace one, you go they tie them 2 times, and they shout, you know they hear. I'm like, excuse you, where is this one from? This is not the time to blame him. The guy is already broken. Sadi was wailing like a child. Like, his tears were uncontrollable. And that was the time Omashola felt it was right to start telling him where his faults were. And to be honest with you guys, I felt it was fraud that was going to do something like that. But surprisingly, fraud was like, Omashola, this is not right. Where I come from, you don't correct people like this. Even if you have to correct him, you can always call him aside, you know, and just tell him, guy, see, you fuck up, but it's okay. Like, on a normal level, I did not expect that from Omashola at all. Like, Omashola for my hand, like before my leg joined. That's basically everything that happened between last night and this morning, okay? But currently the housemates are preparing for the Heritage Bank task. They have a play to present to us tomorrow, and the play is majorly supposed to be a coronation ceremony, right? So Biggie has instructed that they make a traditional meal today, and the meal they will be making is moi moi served in leaves. So the whole idea is for them to follow the plot of the play, and going by that play, today is supposed to be the eve of the coronation ceremony, and they're supposed to celebrate it in a very elaborate way by serving local dishes. So some of the housemates are clearly making the dish right now, while some of the other housemates are trying to work on the script, and you know, we're just expecting them to give us a mind-blowing play tomorrow being Wednesday. Okay, that's all the gist I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you enjoyed it, please do not forget to give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Thank you guys so much for always watching my videos, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.